So, the big nothing. Literally nothing. Which is the January 6th committee have finished their report. Ooh, what's going to be in it? Oh, we already know. Because the whole thing. The whole thing was obvious from the start, which is I don't like Trump.
Is it a chicken or a beef burger? Or a vegetarian burger?
It's a nothing burger, as CNN would tell us. First things first, though, if you actually want to find out something you might not know, and some details in which they're just neutrally presented, go over to lotus.com, and we have the article there, Capitol Building Takeover Timeline, from Josh and Hugo back in the day. And they did a fantastic job of just, here's the timeline, this happened at this time, and then this happened at this time, and then this happened at this time. There you are. You want to go read what happened? There you are. No, and then the Capitol was stormed, and 4 billion people died, and the worst event since Pearl Harbor, I tell you! No, yeah, none of that. So, you can go just actually read some news for once, so do go and check that out. Otherwise, we'll get to the media, the legacy media's version of events, which is not this happened and this happened, and make up your own mind. No, instead it's, let me tell you about how this is the Holocaust too. Boogaloo. And we have here from the Financial Times, January 6th committee declares Donald Trump central cause of the Capitol attack. Well, duh. What do you mean? Like, if Donald Trump didn't exist, yeah, okay, it wouldn't have happened. There wouldn't be Trump flags, like, blah, blah, blah. He kind of has to be involved for the chain of process to happen, which is he has to run for candidate and then believe that something happened. And then, I can't say what because this is a fair and neutral platform, thanks YouTube, and then contest that something, and then something like this might take place, of course. But the point is, by the right, which is correct, did he tell these people to do that? No. I mean, we literally have the quote, peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. At no point did he say, yeah, how about you go in and just smash up the windows?
Yeah.
Walk within the ropes, though. Don't do anything bad. Didn't happen. You go to the next one here, we can see more of that. We have Al Jazeera, who popped in with January 6th panel unveils report, describes Trump's conspiracy. If anyone really thinks there was a plan behind any of this, you're just smoking a lot of crack. It's just, there's definitely no plan behind any of that. The next one here is January 6th panel issues final reports, placing blame for Capitol riot on one man, from the New York Times. Yeah, we get it, you hate Trump, jeez.
I think that committee was entirely symbolic.
It was therapy.
Yeah.
It was a pure therapy session.
I don't know what was in their minds. What do they think they achieved?
Well, you could see it from just the people who were in it, and it's like, okay, this is the anti-Trump coalition.
Yes.
It's like bipartisan. Well, everyone on here hates Trump, so there's not...
Yeah, and it was bipartisan, but it had 7 Democrats and 2 Republicans.
And the 2 Republicans hate Trump, so it's just like, well, this isn't really bipartisan. This is all people who agree. And what have they agreed on? We don't like Trump. All right, now we're going to start our investigation. All right, million years later, I don't like Trump. Oof, hard work. And tax laws at work.
And they just made a recommendation for the Justice Department to criminally charge Trump on 4 grounds.
Oh, they did.
That was just a recommendation.
They've done a bit more than that. They've gone to if we go to the next one here, there's how to save democracy, a 11-point plan or whatever. Oh, crap, sorry, we still got political to go here. Telling us extremists at the vanguard of a siege, January 6th, panel's last word. Yeah, there's a million flowery ways to say I don't like Trump. Also, kind of, it's just that imagery is funny to me. Like, all these people clamoring around for essentially a tea and biscuit session.
Yeah.
Because this is all this is, just every day, just how about we hear some more crap. And there's just this towering image of Trump over all of them being like, I'm doing work. Answering the phone. Anyway. But we'll go to the 11-point plan to save democracy, which I'm sure will totally save it from, I don't know, China.
How about ending wokeness?
That's not an idea. The main point of policy on the table is putting forth the panel's aims to bar Trump from holding public office ever again. Yeah, that'll lower the temperature. Good job. What would you... I don't like him, so what are you gonna do? I'm just gonna ban him from running. Like, I mean, if you want Caesar, that's how you get Caesar. Yeah. Which is just, you're not gonna run for consul. Well, okay then. Well,
this shows
see you in
fear.
Rome.
This shows fear on their part. They think they have lost the people.
Yeah. Also, much democracy. Like, what if we just ban our opponents?
Yeah.
That's the toppest tier of democracy I've ever heard.
Yes, you can't have democracy without dialogue, and they really portray everyone who disagrees with them as a tyrant. And I cannot think of a more tyrannical thing than this.
Well, no, real democracy, Stelios, is when there is one party and we win and everyone agrees. And then we just move forward.
You're making sense.
Yeah. We go to The Guardian, and this is the outlet that most caught my eye in relation to the big nothing burger, which is the Guardian seem to have, like, I don't know, got rabies or something. They wrote like 10 articles about this. I couldn't care to read one, but that's had to for work. But let's go through them because we have this one here, which is January 6th panel accuses Trump of multi-part conspiracy in final report. Which again, it's so dumb. Like the idea that we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna have the BLM riots, and then we're gonna raise the tensions, and then we're gonna have postal voting, and then something will happen. We don't know what. It's just no. There's no thinking about this. Don't be silly. Come on. This is a chain of events that happened after each other, not because they're planned. Unless you're talking about fortification. The central cause of January 6th is of one man, former President Donald Trump, who many others followed. The document's executive summary says, it means nothing. None of the events of January 6th would have happened without him. Yeah, no S. Sherlock. I mean, again, did you know that Obama wouldn't have won the White House if it wasn't for Obama?
Oh, I didn't know that.
No.
Are you sure?
Pure like alternative history hub right there.
But I want to add something here that, of course, that this is obvious. But there's another issue here that by trying to play the orange man bad rhetoric, Democrats have tried to basically spread the idea that history started in January 2017. And there were many people who felt alienated from Obama's economic policies, and Trump expressed them. So in many ways, Trump gave voice to people who already had problems due to the Obama administration. It's not, they're trying to portray it as if Trump is behind everything.
Yeah, his history begins with the last Hitler.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen it. Someone's done a great job. Can't remember who it is. They just put an image of every single Republican candidate for presidency ever. And there's just one sign at some point in the Democratic campaign in which whoever it is, this guy's Hitler. Like, they'll have them with a little mustache. Like, Mitt Romney was Hitler once upon a time. And you just look at that and think, okay, rightio, George, Bush, Hitler.
I suspect his status as Hitler was suspended when he went to the BLM.
Now he's good Hitler, which, unlike bad Hitler.
He's supposed to be a good guy. Let's put it this way.
Yeah, the left are like, I'm Kanye West on this issue now. We're all children of God, aren't we? Anyway, they write, in comments posted on his Truth Social network after the report's release, Trump called the whole thing highly partisan and a witch hunt. Yeah, because it is. He said that it failed to study the reason for the January 6th protest, which I'm going to say is blank, because I can't read that. Anyway, Trump falsely claimed the report didn't include his statement, saying that the supporters should be peacefully and patriotically making their voices heard. Okay, if it's in there somewhere, buried, no one cares. No one's reading the 800-word report on why you don't like Orange Man, so I could not give a crap, frankly.
It's precisely a way to make people not read it.
Yeah, I also, the thing, like, he assumes that you didn't put it in there. Well, I mean, when you tried to impeach him, you did cut that out. Don't know if you remember seeing that footage. But the Dems played a tape. This was like their prosecution in the hearing, right? And then there's just like Trump speech, and then it just cuts to random B-roll for a minute, and then goes back to him speaking.
Yeah.
And it's just because they needed to cut out him saying, peacefully and patriotically make your voice heard.
Yeah.
They just didn't want it in there. I was like, okay, you're utterly corrupt in the highest way. Anyway, we'll go to the next article here, because there's more from The Guardian. Here you have it there. Jan 6 panel released transcript of key witnesses ahead of the 800-page report. So this is on top of the 800 pages. This is 34 transcripts from 1,000 interviews. That's also amended there.
It's a lot of reading.
In case you hate your family during Christmas and just, I don't know, want to just kill yourself with boredom, I don't know.
This is a leftist present to your family for Christmas. And they're going to say, happy holidays.
All right.
Read this.
Lads, you got a couple of days. All right. Anyone who's going to Christmas and their uncle or whoever else is a big old Joe Biden supporter and just loves that sort of stuff, if you've got a lot of money, go down to your library, get 800 pages printed, wrap it up. There you are, my friend. I'm sure you'll love it. Anyway, yeah.
I'm not certain that this is ecologically conscious, though.
No,
maybe they'll give it on a PDF version.
But it's the thing of, like, this isn't the 9/11 audio logs. And no one's going to be looking back at this 10 years old. This is important. No one gives a crap. We got the next one here. We also have an article from The Guardian, which is really weird. From Liz Cheney to Donald Trump, winners and losers from the January 6th hearing. I mean, I feel like Liz Cheney lost because she lost her seat. I think that's enough.
And she isn't terribly popular in the Republican circles.
No, but like she literally can't run again because she lost her seat to a Trump supporter. It was like, well, Okay, so presumably she's a loser in this list, right? No. Scroll down. We have Liz Cheney. Winner or loser? Winner. She doesn't have a seat anymore, but she won. Damn it. Yeah, the reason given. Once the committee was in session, Cheney emerged as its star prosecutor. Witheringly focused, she rose, losing her own seat in Congress to a Trump-backed challenger in August to keep her eyes on the prize, establishing Trump's culpability for January 6th and stopping him from ever returning to power. How does that make her a winner, though? She loses her seat, makes some suggestions, and they're not enforced.
She won the heart of woke politicians, though. I think that's what she won.
That's what it's all about.
Yes.
That's the best feeling you could ever have.
And woke people, not just politicians.
You know, the people who really matter, the whole 6% of the country who are insane. I mean, if you want that, I don't know, just start talking about lizards, I guess. Anyway. The paper goes on, you can see. Basically, anyone who opposes Trump, winner. Anyone who likes Trump, loser. That's all this article is. If you scroll through it, John, it really is just that sad. Just name. Oppose Trump, winner. Support Trump, loser. Much journalism. Journalism of the highest order.
We get the idea, yeah.
Yeah. And you got the next one here. There's more of this crap. January 6th committee is right. It's time to prosecute the kingpin, Trump. Go on then, Lawrence, do it. You won't. She's got no power. Doesn't mean anything. You know it doesn't. This is all, again, like, I don't know how many people are sitting around having a therapy session over this. There's too many, for sure. If you go to the next one here, there's another Guardian article about the same goddamn thing. The Guardian's view on the January 6th committee. Oh, what do you think? Trump bad. Trump terrible, in fact.
The Guardian has a history in this.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who's even trying. Like, what do you think the Guardian's opinion is on Donald Trump? I think it might be bad. Let's check in.
They've written 1,000 articles by this time, and all of them say the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, the derangement syndrome has not gone away. The next one here is the same goddamn thing again, which is release of the January 6th thing. More pressure on Trump. Yep, it's not doing anything, though. Funny enough in here, they do actually have, because it's like one of those live tickers. This, you know, this thing happened and this thing happened. And it's at the end. So it says, The Guardian has a separate global Ukraine live blog going, where you can go and follow the press conference of the White House and Vladimir Zelensky. It's just funny to see in real time. Like, here's the next current thing.
Yeah.
Like, literally. Just, it's like an absolute conveyor belt of, now believe this. No sincerity in this is worth your time, or this is interesting, or this is something that's taking place that's funny, or anything else. No, just, well, now believe this. Corporate sludge. We'll end it off the last things here, which is just some good fun. I did see Marjorie Taylor Greene having some fun with this, which is, here's the real reason why the J6 Communist Committee is making criminal references in the DOJ on Trump. And it's just polling showing that, well, if Trump was to run again, a lot of Republicans are very much happy about that and kind of hate Joe Biden. Who would have thought? I don't know how viable this polling is, because I did check out the just general polling. I think it's from, 538 or whatever. And they have just a whole list of polls. They're not rated very well, but it's all over the place for sure. This is just the primaries in the Republican Party. I mean, look at that spread. Yeah. Like, one of them is plus 23 for Trump, the next one plus 22 for DeSantis.
It's very soon to say.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can say.
No,
frankly.
Yeah,
it's what's that name? Big Village. Whatever. The thing is, I don't think anyone can have an opinion on that, but I know we can damn well have an opinion on one thing, which is the therapy session. And I just love how they've done all of this. And I think when they started out, they did genuinely want this to be a big thing. Like, oh, everyone's going to be interested. This will be the takedown of the century, Watergate in our time. And what's the reality? What's everyone's response? Next image, please. So what? I love that meme so much. Yeah.
I mean, you would think that publishing an 845-page report meant that they were going into details.
That mattered, maybe.
Yeah, but most of them is just, evaluations of Trump's character.
I do not like the man. Oh, boy. I've never heard that one before. Indeed, Orange Man bad. Anyway, that's the big nothing.
Thanks for watching that segment from the podcast Lotus Eaters. I hope you're having a very jolly Christmas right now. If you enjoyed that and want to find more, you can become a member over at our website for as little as £5 per month. And that will get you access to all of our premium content, including this recent Epochs, the history show that Bo does with Carl and other people, where they were talking about the life of Robert Clive of India. So that's very interesting. And if you want to find more of what Carl is doing, you can follow him on social media at Getter, at Carl Benjamin. Thank you and take care.